As the global population surges by 47%, food consumption is predicted to skyrocket, putting a high strain on the farming system, a threat to food security. Neoaid Agric Consult is providing mitigating strategies with innovative and sustainable approach to optimize farmers, thereby assuring food security in our country.
Post-harvest issues in Nigeria is hovering around 50%. What that means, for every 5 tubers a farmer harvests, 5 goes bad. As bad as that. And so, beyond providing fertilizer for these smallholder farmers, there are other challenges that need to be handled to have a holistic approach to their intervention. So we try to meet with this farmer one-on-one, aggregate similar challenges, and see how we bring solutions to them. And that will be in terms of knowledge, in terms of the skills, in terms of farm input supplies, market linkage, and other opportunities which will arise in the cost of these intervention practices from our company.
Neoaid Agric Consult, with her innovative strategy, reveals the secret of effective farming, which supports that agriculture isn't just a way of life, it is the lifeline of our planet. Neoaid Agric Consult holds the key to cultivating success.
As it is today, over 90% of what we eat in Nigeria comes from smallholder farmers. And majority of these people are in the rural areas. So, talking of contributing to the economy, when you support rural economy, you are supporting the urban economy as well, because everyday things of agriculture is relevant. So the population of those who are involved in agriculture today is over 60%. So if you strategically provide intervention or support for this category of people, you have solved over 50% of the poverty situation in Nigeria. And you can even go further to say multi-dimensional poverty. Because by the time you structurally package intervention for farmers, you will not just be talking about the input supply. You'll be talking about the road network. You'll be talking about the agro-support infrastructure. You'll be talking about the market. You'll be talking about storage facilities. And so when you want to provide all of this, every community will open up. And so you are supporting the rural economy. So we have a place to give direction to the government in terms of planning. Because without planning, without the decision, without the data to back up your decision to plan, then it's going to be very difficult for implementation. So we truly have a role to play.
Because farmers are heroes, we don't just reach out, we connect heart to heart with the true heroes. From farm to markets, we harness precise data and partnerships that works.
First approach in reaching out to this farmer is through traditional leadership. When we go to community, we look out for, we reach out to either the paramount chief or the leader of the community, and we tell them our mission. Okay, we do that through churches as well, through mosques, and through interest-based association. Okay, as for the issue of what number of farmers we look out for, no, any number of farmers that come, we capture them preliminary. Then we make them go through some certain levels of qualification, which is that the farmers must first of all attend our orientation program to clearly know where we are headed. Okay, as they come, we capture them, their basic informations and all of that. Then the next level is they have to interface with our staff. That is where we now hear them one-on-one, their challenges. From there, we now categorize them into farm type or crop type, and we go on and on and on and on. So there is no particular number that we want to capture. As more as the farmer comes, we capture them, but we make them go through some criteria for qualifying them to assess our intervention. Some of those data, we collect them to form our aggregation system and to also form the cooperative model we want to drive at, which is that falls under quantitative. Then for qualitative, where we have to now observe the trend or the pattern of infestation in these farms, that is actually another way that will help us develop the knowledge resources that will guide this farmer to overcome most of those infestations. So we have a lot of data that goes on when we go out to the field or when we even aggregate the farmers to assess intervention. A lot of things we look at for in terms of data.
I'm in charge of managing the administrative affairs, the data acquisition of farmer, the field inspections of farmers and the likes. So in fact, everything about the company, I manage it. We interface physically, then after the physical interference, that is when getting in touch from our office, I schedule inspections with other field officers to go and check for the farm activities that the farmers are doing. So we do this based on our schedule, at least twice in a month. So that's how we go often for inspection. And depending on how it is, we schedule inspection for two weeks. That's 14 days.
Because the company is concerned with the optimization of smallholder farmers, the company has a demonstration farm along Kaduna-Abuja Expressway where the CEO, his company staff and family visit periodically. This is to compare the outcome from inputs given to the farmers.
We want to replicate the demonstration farm. Presently we have one along Abuja-Kaduna Expressway, over 1 hectare of land where we have a maize farm, we have beans farm, and from what we observe from there, we are now comparing with what the farmers we supported at Gauraka are experiencing. For instance, the maize infestation in Tafa, that is in Kagarako local government in Kaduna State, is different from what is observed in Gauraka community with the farmers. So we are trying to study the trend. What could be responsible? Some of my staff gave reason for that, but we'll try to see what agronomists have to say about that. But clearly the rate of infestation is different, and we have read from some literatures that even flooding can be a reason for some form of infestation, like the army fallworm, to be transported from one location to another far location. Yes, what our demonstration farm is out to do is to actually measure the performance of the inputs that we give to farmers and the output.
The era of food security begins now. Embrace the future with Neoaid Agric Consult, your ultimate strategic partner in agricultural excellence. Your journey towards ecological harvest starts now.
At Neoaid Agric Consult, we are structured on 4 wheels, which is the Agric Credit Clinic. It is actually referred to as field services. This is the unit that actually go to the field in terms of interfacing with the community leadership, with interest-based organization to capture farmers into our fold. Then the next unit, which is the other wheel, is the cooperative development unit. This unit focuses on profiling and organizing this farmer into crop specific and farm type. When I say crop specific, is maize group belongs to maize group cooperative, yam cooperative, soya beans cooperative, like that. Then you have the corporate services. The corporate services are in charge of supervision. They go to farm periodically to inspect the performance of farmers. They are equally in charge of the image making of the company as well. Then the last unit, which is the research development unit, focus on developing solutions. As we aggregate this data of observation, data of infestation, and all of that, we link up with institutes, with universities, with ministries, with other entrepreneurs in the agric ecosystem to develop the knowledge gap that we will now give to these farmers. So basically, we are sitting on four structure represented by these four wheels, and that is how we actually operate.
We do periodic inspection into the farmer's farm. Like we are here today is part of the job we are doing, and that will give us an assessment on the progress of the crops of the farmer, and we take the report back to the office for next decision that need to be taken by the board.
Experience genuine agricultural support at Neoaid Agric Consult. Don't just farm, thrive.
Gaskiya mun yi farin ciki, gaskiya na ji daɗi sosai saboda na yi gona gaba ɗaya gare gonan ya kai 1 hectare kuma ba wani problem. Mun gode sosai mu ma. Lalle inda za a tallafa akwai za mu yi aiki sosai in Allah da. Ba wasa. Insha Allah.
Magani an yi fertilizer finish. Masara, corn masara finish, sai dai kuma abin ya rage girbi kawai shi ne ya rage. Insha Allah in ya zo kawai shi ke.
Ya yi kyau?
Ya yi goyon ya yi kyau sosai, no problem my farm, no problem. Insha Allah, ko ina yi.
We have support for giving them seedlings, herbicides, pesticides, fertilizer, and the likes. So, but from our value offering, that is, we have our interview from when we go out for the farm clinic in the first place. We subsequently ask them on the interview form we have. So this interview form entails the kind of crops they do and the kind of support they will need for each of the crops, because each crop has their own different support. So, but majorly, we provide what is being requested by each individual farmers. So mostly seedlings, seeds, fertilizer, pesticide, and herbicide.
Embrace innovation, secure sustenance. Choose Neoaid Agric Consult today.